Hello, welcome to the second grade. This is our open house, virtual style. And normally we would be with you sitting in the classroom, talking to you just like we do with our students, but it can't happen this year. So Sister and I have been asked to do a virtual one, and we're choosing to do it on Zoom. And we're just gonna talk through our open house plan that we would have done that night. And so hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions at the end, just let us know. You can email us or whatever. So we're going to get started. I'm Mrs. Thompson, 2B.
And I'm Sister Cecilia Joseph, 2A. And it's my first year teaching, as many of you know already. So far, the year has been going well. Your students are awesome. We are working hard and learning every single day. I'm learning as well from them. So it's been great so far.
It's been an awesome year. So far, so good, just like Sister said.
Okay, so we will have a PowerPoint for you to follow along. Do the share screen right here. Once it comes up. Okay, so welcome to Open House September 2020. We are in September already, which is hard to believe.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So here's our first slide.
The first thing that we want to talk about is the homework that you just got sent home the other day. Sorry that took so long, but that's typical. It's not anything unusual. We wait a little while. We're kind of basing some of our homework style off a book called The Learning Habit. It's an excellent book. You can find it anywhere. They recommend that second graders take 20 to 30 minutes each day doing something that they're familiar with, maybe just extra activities, something we've already learned at school. So it's something that they should be able to do on their own. It shouldn't take any more than 20 to 30 minutes a night. And as you have seen, the papers that have come home already maybe took them a couple minutes to do. They're supposed to do one page each night and then supplement with the other things. So on the front of the packet each week, it will remind you that there's spelling to do, math, facts, religion questions and prayers. And we have already started talking about some of those prayers. And so just supplement that with when their 20 to 30 minutes is up, then they're done with their homework. So we have talked to our students about having a nice quiet place where they can do their homework, no TV, no other distractions. It's totally up to you though, where they do their homework. Sister and I are not trying to get involved in your own home there, and just giving you an idea, trying to develop a habit of getting homework, because they will eventually, especially by fourth grade, have homework. We will not grade the homework. We just get it back from you on Fridays or from the students. And we'll just check it off. We just kind of random look at it and see if it's done and mark them off. And we'll let you know if we're not receiving the homework. So far, my students have had positive in the last 2 days, have said positive things about the homework and how they did it. And they've read for their 20 to 30 minutes. And it's been really good so far. I did have some questions from parents about the math flashcards, and that is up to you to get the flashcards. We didn't make any at school. Are you making any, Sister?
We aren't making any, but like we talked about, you can purchase them for your child, or you can make them at home. So just the basic math facts for them to really just get them down, so they look at, they know 9 plus 8, what is that? 9 plus 9, what is that? So it's just quick facts, because once they get into, that is our goal, because once they start getting into triple digit, 3-digit, addition and subtraction, things like that, they'll need to know those right away.
Okay. Theology of the body is at the bottom of the screen there, and we will, as a whole student body, we'll be doing theology of the body from the diocesan office. We'll have a date that we have to have that done and turned in. So we will send a letter home to let you know when we're going to do that, on what day. You can look it up on the diocesan website also to just, check it out and see what we're going to be talking about. Pretty common things. And so I've never had any negative feedback from it. So I think you'll find it, just fine with you. We just wanted to give you a heads up where a letter will go home first, and then we'll have it that week. And it's usually in October. So I think that's it for that screen. Spelling tests, I guess we haven't sent home a spelling list yet. We've only had a pre-test at this point. But maybe by the time you're getting this, we may have already had our first spelling test.
Yeah.
I like to do them on Thursday, and I was talking to Sister about doing them on Thursday and then handing them back, the test back on Friday then, and getting a new list sent to you on Friday so that you would have the weekend. So we will send written information about that when we send home their first test. So that's all with that. Let's go to the next screen, Sister.
Communication.
All right, our communication, as most of you have already found out, that you can email Sister and I pretty easily, and we can respond throughout the day. I mean, we are with the kids, but we have times at our desk that we can get an email, quick response. You can call us. You can call me at home. My number is there. You could write it down. Sister would prefer
email. Yeah.
Email
is usually the best way to contact me.
Or call the school and leave a message for either one of us. And of course, notes are always good. It is nice to know if you know that your child is going to be gone, then it's nice to have a little written note that says, or an email that says they're going to be gone on those days. We can tell the office, and you can also include them in on the email. Sister, would you like to talk about Power School Learning? Or?
Sure, yeah. So Power School Learning is something that the whole diocese has decided to use as the main form of communication for the teachers and families. So this is what we will be using as well for distance learning, or when students have to quarantine because of COVID reasons or anything like that. And so then all our information, our classwork, or any announcements related to what we're doing in the classroom, we post it on our Power School Learning page. And we have our own Power School Learning pages. They're currently in the process of being set up and just kind of figured out. So that'll be a heads up for all the families, I guess, that we will be using that as the main form of way to post assignments or sharing lessons, things like that will be on Power School.
Okay, and it doesn't necessarily mean that we will only do virtual communications with you. We'll also be sending written communication, and the office will be sending emails and text messages and all of those things that you've probably seen in the past. Also, I found out something new just yesterday, that the green pieces of paper that were sent home about library the other day, they were green pieces of paper, weren't they, Sister?
So, yeah.
They might have been peach. I don't know. It seems like they were green.
Green or white.
At the very top, on the top right-hand corner, your child's name was there, and then it had a password or code, and that is your code for Power School Learning. So that is also checking out your library books, but it will also be how you can communicate with Sister and I in case of a COVID-19 scare like we had in March, okay? So I didn't know that. So it was interesting to find out. You can get on there and learn all kinds of things. We can go to the next one. Discipline. Some of your students in my class might have come home to talk about yellow pieces of paper. And when your child owes a yellow piece of paper, they just take it out of their pencil box and give it to me, and it means that they owe me 5 minutes because of something that they were doing that was not appropriate in the classroom. So that's all that is, and you can always ask them, hey, did you lose a yellow piece of paper today? And they probably would tell you anyway ahead of time from past experience that I know. I also give pink pieces of paper for fun, good things that they've done. Today they earned one when I did get a call that I had to take from my mom, which they might have told you about right now. She's been sick, and I told them that I may get a phone call that I have to take, and I'll just step to the door, and they were awesome today. So I gave them a pink piece of paper for that. That's just a nice thing they can earn and get prizes. So, but the yellow pieces of paper are for discipline, and they'll take a walk out on the playground for 5 minutes. And Sister has her own, so let her take it.
Yeah, so I have something like stop tickets or a stop sign. So I was thinking the lines of 3 strikes, you're out. So then if they're misbehaving in class or talking or doing things they're not supposed to be doing, I will just simply place a stop ticket or a piece of paper that they know when I place on their desk, it means that's your first warning, that's your first strike. So they're not in trouble. It's just my warning saying, hey, you better change this, or, there will be consequences after this. So if it continues, it's the second time. But then if again they still choose to keep up with their behavior, it'll be 3 strikes. And then because of that, they will lose a privilege such as recess, second recess, or the first recess, depending on when they get their strikes already. They will be where I am. So if I am outside, they'll be walking. They won't be playing with their friends, so they'll be walking. Or if I'm inside, then they'll be inside quietly working on something else, which is something that is not fun for any kid, having to be stuck inside when they can be with their friends. So it's something that they are aware of already. But if, again, this behavior continues where I just keep constantly having to give them these strikes and many verbal and reminders, then a call home will have to be one of the next steps, or a visit to the principal's office. So none of those things are fun, but if, again, we're helping your child be the best learner they can be in the classroom, but if this behavior is preventing them from that, then steps will have to be taken to help them get that way. And then, so again, if they're all behaving and doing their best, then it's a team effort. So they have to work together to have some rewards or privileges. So that's why I'm working right now with the class, that, we have to do this together. And then in order to do that, then we can, have more free time on Friday to do what you would like to do.
Have a reward.
Exactly, a class reward. There you go. So that's how I'm going to.
And since Sister is speaking about that, and with the yellow papers, I also have that. I forgot to say that when they lose 3, I will send a note home to you that week that they've lost 3, and they'll talk to you about it. And then if they continue to lose them, then they have to stay after school on Friday. Well, that doesn't happen very often, but it has happened. And like Sister said, so far so good. I mean, we've lost a couple of yellow papers. Sister's given some stops. Nobody's been in huge trouble yet, so we're feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah, yes.
I think it's working. The next thing is the science and social studies. Sister and I do switch from she will come into my classroom to teach social studies, and then at the same time I will come into her room to teach science. And we have that twice a week. So on Monday, Wednesday, I teach science to my own students. Sister comes in and teaches social studies. On Tuesday, Thursday, I come into her room,
and I go into
and
your
then
room
she
to
goes
teach
to my.
social studies.
So that's pretty easy. September, we do have a homework assignment that's a family activity poster that we'll be sending home pretty soon. It's pretty self-explanatory. The students always love to look at those books. We decided, even though, so many things are different with COVID and things that we lay out for the kids to look at. So it may be later in the month. We'll kind of wait and see what happens with everything, because the kids really want to look through that book. And it's not something we can sanitize all the time. So we are still going to send it home, and hopefully this COVID thing will go away and we can lay them out. So we're gonna give it a try. October is the month of the Rosary. And so we do encourage you to pray the Rosary with your family. If you don't already do that, it would be a great time to get started. And
you have one more slide, so save questions for last, I guess.
All right, one more slide. Sister's bringing it on me.
Yeah.
Oh, the reading. Okay.
Yeah, the reading one, yes.
All right. Reading this year's been really different for us in the second grade. So we've always kind of had leveled, we do testing and we do lots of things to level the students. And then each teacher would take a certain group. Well, because of the COVID and everything going on, Sister and I have to stay with our own students in our own classroom, except for the fact that we have Miss O'Mara, who will take a small group for a half an hour from Sister's reading group, and then half an hour from my reading group, or my our homeroom classes. And Miss O'Mara will work with that small group for a half an hour. And that will be during our center time that we have in our classroom. So it works out perfectly. Your student won't be missing anything in our homeroom class that they're not benefiting from in Miss O'Mara's room. So I think we've got a schedule worked out pretty well right now. So it's beginning. We started Unit 1 this week, and we're doing it for the most part in our own homeroom class. So that's just a little bit different. But if you haven't had a student in second grade, it's not anything new for you. It's kind of what first grade and kindergarten have done all along. So nothing too different. I forget anything?
I don't think so.
All right.
I think we covered about everything, but
Okay.
that is all. That is all. So, I mean, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us and through email, writing us a note, calling us if that's possible. But yeah, I'm learning as I go, because again, it's my first year, so everything is all brand new to me. Mrs. Thompson, as you know, has been here for a very long time, so she knows.
Sister's doing great. Sister's doing great.
But yeah, it's been great so far. Yeah. And I really enjoy being with your children. They're awesome. They give me so much energy throughout the day.
They keep us going.
Exactly. So
right.
Yes, thank you for everything.
Thank you. We'll have a great year. God bless.
Yes, God bless you.